Hello. I feel like I'm really close right this second. Really close to the camera. How is everybody doing tonight? It's a rainy Thursday here where we're at in Virginia on the in the Hampton Roads area in Chesapeake. So hopefully where you're at, it's nicer weather, but it's going to be rainy most of today, or all the rest of today and most of tomorrow too. So the remnants of Sally. So I'm hoping my connection stays pretty good. So please let me know. Hello, hello, aloha, aloha. Some of you have been starting to say aloha. But I'm trying to get the computer pulled up while we give everybody a minute to get on and know that I am here and know that we're going to be crafting together here in a moment. So, like I said, give everybody a few minutes and then we'll get everything logged in. Aloha, hello, hello. I'm gonna try and share this also while we're waiting another minute or so. It's, you know, just been a fun couple of days. We're coming to the end of week 2 here with the boys in the school at home. I'm not saying homeschooling because it's definitely not that. It's school at home virtually. So yeah, we're excited to finish out the week tomorrow and looking forward to a weekend. Do have some things planned for the weekend, but some downtime too, so that'll be nice. The boys were just asking if like they could stay up late tomorrow night. I'm like, well, we'll see how you behave tomorrow and maybe. So like I said, I'm just sharing this real quick. So hopefully while we're waiting, if you want to share the Facebook Live, feel free to just click the share button down there at the bottom. Should be at the bottom, hopefully. I'm sharing it to my page, so hopefully people can find us. So hello, hello, hello. And I'm gonna try and make sure I see comments. Last time I did this, I kind of messed it up and I couldn't see. So I'm hoping that my computer cooperates and now it's repeating. And that I don't lose the comments. I hit the wrong button last time. So hopefully I've got it straight now. All right, well, welcome to Thursday night's virtual craft together. I actually skipped out on Scouts tonight. I didn't go. Brad went solo with the boys, which he's more than capable of doing that. The boys are in different groups, but they go to the same place, but then they've split up into their different groups. So I have no idea how it went, but they're home and I got to say goodnight real quick and then run back up here for this. So yeah, all right, so let's get started. I know people have been asking, how's it going? Actually, someone just messaged me, how's it going? And so hopefully I can respond to her when we're done. But let's see, I'm gonna give you the 2 points things that I normally have been sharing. And so let's see, this one is the points chart. So again, when I started this in July, I needed 49,000 points. And I am down to 16,000. So again, closing in on those last few spots at the bottom of my points chart. Of course, this weekend I have my BOGO planned. And so yeah, I'm super excited. It's like the most exciting yet stressful thing all wrapped in one. So it's getting close. Thank you for all the love. I can see that popping up. But it is like literally like nail biting, stressful, but exciting, all wrapped in one. We got 2 weeks as of yesterday. And so I'm, you know, I know it's going to happen. It's just, is it going to happen literally on the last day, which doesn't matter when it happens, as long as it's done by the 30th and all my points are in the system, then it's a done deal. But, you know, it would be a lot easier if it wasn't until the very last minute. But, you know, when you earn your first incentive trip, it's usually down to the wire, right? For most people. So, But yeah, so down to 16 flowers on the points chart. And then I picked up a few butterflies on the dollar chart. So it's down to 32 butterflies, which means 3,200. If you took these 16, it would convert to $3,200 total, which seems like a lot. But again, I know I'm going to get points more also from my team in the next 2 weeks. I'm trying to stay confident and positive, Marisa. Thank you. I'm excited. But yes, Saturday is going to be the virtual craft together. This is the virtual craft together. Saturday's the BOGO, and it's online, virtual. I put some updates in that group today. Just some guidelines. This is how I've been doing it the last few times that I've had to do it virtually, because usually it's in the studio, but obviously 2020 has not allowed me to have a BOGO in the studio. But it's good though, because I've been able to share my BOGO offering with people outside of the area, so that's kind of cool. But some different things are going to be in the BOGO than what the last few have been focused mostly on stamp sets and dies and bundles and punches, ink, some papers, things like that. A few embellishments here and there. The virtual BOGO sale on Saturday is more going to focus on a lot of paper, like designer series paper. All of it, of course, is retired. There's going to be there's going to be kits, like paper pumpkins, like full paper pumpkin kits. And so I'll go over all of the guidelines again before we start on Saturday. But if you want to read through them ahead of time and kind of get a grasp on how it works, you're welcome to do that. But then I will obviously review it again on Saturday prior to starting when we start the event. So I love paper. That is correct. There's also going to be some random things that are hard to come by. So things I have pulled out of the cabinets, and I've decided, I need to just let this go. It's just been sitting in here since I moved here almost 4 years ago. I'm not using it, so let someone else enjoy it, because it's just taking up room. And when I move my studio downstairs next spring, I don't want to move it with me and put it in another closet or cabinet. So I've decided just let it go, let someone else enjoy it. So that is my plan. And again, if you haven't done my virtual BOGO, essentially you're getting my retired things for free, and you're placing a current product order, which of course helps me with points and dollars and all that. But you're getting the retired product for free. So I place the value of them at catalog value, face value. Some of them are going to be a little bit discounted though, so don't be surprised if they're cheaper than they were normally, just so that I can help you get more free stuff, I guess. But then you'll place a current product order, and you can place the order online. There's actually already a hostess code. You can send me your order, and we can work out payment details if you're local or not local, because I can do credit card payment through Stampin' Up! Easily as well. So there's lots of options. So I'll go over again all that on Saturday. That's the next big thing. That's like the last, well, not the last thing. That is one of the last things for the month though. And then next Tuesday I have my virtual online kit to go class. So a couple of you have signed up for that. So the Zoom will be for Tuesday evening for that, coming up next week. And then my last event for the month is actually an in-studio event, and it's the Happy Hand stamp class. This stamp class I've been doing for a couple of years, but of course when March hit, I had to stop it, and I haven't picked it back up again. So this is the first month to have it back. It is nearly full because I can only take 8 people. So if you have not RSVP'd with me and confirmed that, don't wait. Tomorrow's actually the last day to RSVP, but I'm nearly full. And a lot of you are on the list already, but if you're not and you're planning to come to that next Thursday evening, it's at 6 o'clock. It's $25, or if you place a $40 order, of course it will be a free class on next Thursday night. So anyways, that's what I've got for the rest of the month as far as events goes, and just trying to get the rest of my charts filled in. And of course I'm updating these every Thursday for y'all first. And so next Thursday will be the last Thursday before the cutoff date. So then I may be updating them more after next Thursday, maybe on a daily basis. Who knows? It'll just depend on how quickly they fill up next week. So, but that's exciting. So tonight, if you caught it, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, I posted it in the event, in the details, and also I shared it on the page about an hour ago, maybe half hour, I don't even remember. And also I shared it this afternoon. The details of, or I should say not the details, the product dimensions, sort of if you want to craft along and kind of do what I'm doing, what kind of things to pull from your craft supplies. And again, if you didn't see that, I'll go through it and you can just craft along, do whatever you're planning to do tonight. But it's kind of like I did a couple weeks ago where we made the little treat bags. So I saw a few of you added some pictures in the thread of what treat bags, what yours looked like at the end. So thank you for sharing. We're still welcome to share those. Tonight is just a card, and what I've decided to do is not show you my card. I'm just going to walk you through, and I mean, I guess you'll be seeing what I'm doing, but yours may turn out differently because you may rearrange it or place things differently. Of course, if you're not using the same stamp set, which you probably won't be, but maybe you will, it is the Celebrate Sunflowers. I'm using that one again, this one here. That's my featured stamp set again tonight. So we used that last week on the card that I did, but I'm using it a little bit differently tonight. And so this is, you know, if you're not using that, that's completely fine. And I told you the colors, so it's similar colors to last week. The Cinnamon Cider is what I'm using, and Bumblebee. And then I'm using some of the Designer Series paper from Flowers for Every Season. So, I just pulled products from that suite, the Flowers for Every Season suite. So hopefully you've pulled some stuff to play along with us tonight. Maybe not, again, not the same thing, but that's okay. So, but I'm not going to show you my finished card. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing, but then I want you to just kind of stamp along if you're planning to do the same things. And if not, just tell me what you're doing. Because remember, we're doing a prize patrol. Oh, that was the other thing. The prize patrol for tonight's virtual craft together is going to be something a little different. So of course, whoever it is going to get a couple of hand stamped cards. I have an endless supply of those. And then the person is also going to get a packet, make sure I get the name right, of the acorn trinkets. So a whole pack of them. There, I do have the baggie still, but I pulled them out so I could open it up and show you. And if you haven't seen these, they're actually very nice. They're almost the size of like an English pea or a sweet pea. And they are heavy. They are actually pretty heavy if you don't have any yet, but they have a nice eye on the top of them. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I'm holding it in a good spot. So if you wanted, I've seen people making them into jewelry or making little charms for their purses or book bag pulls, things like that. So I think it has 20 inside of here. Yes, it has 20 in the pack. So the winner will get a pack of these and at least two hand stamped cards. Sometimes I throw in a couple extra. So it's a fun little fall embellishment. Of course, you could do something with it and make like napkin ring holders for Thanksgiving. That would be a really cute little tie-on to that. Lots of things you could do with them. So that's the prize for tonight's prize patrol. So don't forget to share the video, share the Facebook Live, and also share what you're crafting. And so yeah, that's the way to get into the drawing. Okay, I feel like I'm using my hands a ton tonight. I don't know what's going on. But alrighty, so let's get the phone turned down and get you situated so you can see my hand area. Grab my little thing. So I'm going to black out the screen. I'm still here. I'm just rearranging the phone. And it's going to take me a second to get it set up right. But hello, hello. More of you are joining. So hang tight. We're getting ready to do the stamping. We're going to be, this is what I've chosen to use, is the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set. And I am not showing you the card first. That was the other thing. So I'm just going to start crafting and then you can see what I do at the end. Okay, So Celebrate Sunflowers is the stamp set I'm using. And then for the greetings, I picked Peaceful Moments, which Peaceful Moments is actually a stamp set that was debuted in this past spring catalog with the poppies. It was it's the greeting set that goes along with the poppies stamp set. But it's really a nice stamp set. If you don't have this one, it is full of beautiful greetings. The script on them is very nice, and there's a good variety in this one. So I chose to do a happy birthday, because we always need birthday cards, and you know, fall birthdays are on the way. So, so this would pair nicely with the sunflower set. Of course, you can, if you've got a different set you're using, I'd like to know what you're using. So, so those are what I'm using on like stamps. And then like I mentioned, I pulled 2 different colors, Cinnamon, Cider, and Bumblebee. These are, of course, when you're dealing with sunflowers, these are like perfect colors. And they're of course the new in colors. So they're just perfect for the sunflower theme. And then that's also the color cardstock. So I'm starting with, my base is Bumblebee this time. So it's 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start stamping. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just fold this in half. All right, and then I'm gonna pull the large sunflower. So if you're crafting along, I would suggest on this step a larger image, because we're gonna create a background with it. So I've already got it on a block, so the nice big sunflower. And I'm gonna actually turn this way, just because I'm going to be stamping off the edge there. And I'm going to do tone on tone, so Bumblebee on Bumblebee. So if you've got a different color card base, then maybe you're going to want to do the same color as the cardstock, so it's tone on tone effect. Amy is using Beautiful Autumn tonight. That's another favorite. I just put that one away off of my stamping desk. So that's another one of my favorites this season from the Holiday Mini. Marilyn Ann is making peach roll-ups. Well, that sounds yum. I love anything peach. I even like a peach knee-high. Anybody ever had a peach knee-high drink? That was my favorite growing up. It's a guilty pleasure. Every now and again, you can find them somewhere in a bottle. Peach knee-high. Love it. Love it. Of course, it's like pure sugar water, or sugar soda, but a fave of mine. Okay, so I'm just going to take my sunflower and just stamp it a couple times and just create a background with it. And again, I'm stamping this upside down because it's such a large, I'm inking it upside down because it is a large stamp. Sherry, hi Tony. Sherry is looking at the catalog to decide what I need and want for your next order. So you're basically doing a little wish list shopping. I just ordered myself a new stamp set that I was not really on my radar out of the holiday. I'm gonna do one more. But I've seen some cute stuff with it, and I don't have anything like this anymore, so I went with it, and I'm getting the In the Pines bundle. Not that this is anything to do with what I'm doing right now, but I am getting this bundle, In the Pines. I like the way the dies are. I like that little landscape, or, you know, I like that. I like that you can layer, and there's dies, and there's not a lot of greetings, so, you know, we've got plenty of Christmas greetings, but this is, I just ordered it, so I don't know when it'll be in, but it'll be in for something to do in October, I'm sure. So I just ordered that for myself. It, again, was not on my radar, and I just really like it, and I've liked some of the things I've seen with it. So, anywho, okay, so hopefully you've got your background stamped there, and we can now move this to the side. Then I mentioned that you would want to get a 3x3 piece of designer series paper. And of course I am using this print, which has the nice misty moonlight in the background, of course the Bumblebee and the Cinnamon Cider and Just Jade. So almost all of the in colors there, and some white. Designer paper from Flowers for All Season. This comes in a 6x6 pack. So 3x3 is a great piece to cut out, because you can get 4 pieces out of one sheet of 6x6. Yeah, pine trees are everywhere. We have a ton of pine trees in our yard. In fact, in front of our house, there's like 8 or 9, and they're really tall. Every time there's a storm, a wind, I'm always so nervous that they're going to come down, but they've been here a long time. And then we've got all around our property lots of pine trees. So yes, pine is everywhere. But so 3x3 piece, and then you're going to take a coordinating piece of cardstock, and I chose cinnamon cider because that's kind of a color you can kind of pull out and border it. So it's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So these are just going to be adhered together. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Stamp and Seal. Did I tell y'all I'm loving this now? I'm getting used to it. It's cooperating. So I'm loving the Stamp and Seal. And it's a very nice strong hold. So there we go. So again, a 3x3 piece of designer series paper bordered with a 3 1/4 piece of coordinating color cardstock. Okay, so then put that to the side. Then I mentioned you'd want a neutral cardstock that you could stamp on. And again, you're going to want to pull in one of the colors we just used. I'm going to use the cinnamon cider for this, and a greeting. And like I mentioned, I'm going to be using something from Peaceful Moments. And I'm going to use the happy birthday for this one. So I punched out my Whisper White paper with the story label punch. So again, the same punch I used last week, just using it in a little bit different way. So if your greeting was bigger, you may want to change the shape of your neutral. So if you needed a rectangle or a circle or whatever you needed, but I'm going to use the story label punch again. And the cinnamon cider ink, and I'm going to stamp happy birthday, and I'm going to stamp it again a little bit to the right side, and I'll show you why in a bit. So there's happy birthday, and I think I just totally put ink on there with my finger, but that's okay. Well, there's always a B side, right? Let's just flip her over. All right, put that on there. Give it a second to dry because I did stick my thumb right in the ink. Okay, now, I'm then going to take a little piece of sponge and I'm going to dab it in my ink, so right into my cinnamon cider. I'm just going to brush a little bit. Now you could do this in any color, and if you didn't have a sponge, you could literally just wipe it right on the edge of your ink pad, or wipe the paper right on the ink pad directly. But if you have a sponge, you have a little more control over it. So just I'm adding a little bit of color to the edge of that white border. So depending on how big your greeting is, you may have to place it differently. But this basic layout is something you could do with so many different papers and stamp sets. It's a pretty easy layout. Okay. Alrighty, so let's do a little assembly. So we've got our pieces, and you can pretty much do what you want. Let me show you the original card. I'm gonna change it up a bit. So I am going to want to make sure when you do put your designer paper down that you have it, if it has orientation like up and down, you want to make sure you're kind of paying attention to that. This one is kind of a mixture, so it's not really an up and down, but I'm going to go with this direction. And I'm going to put that down flat on my card base. Again, just using my Stamp and Seal for that. So right there. Then I'm going to take this, the greeting, and I'm going to use some dimensionals on the back of that. And again, just find a good spot wherever you like on your card. Everybody's could look different. Totally fine. You may want to stick it right in the middle. I'm not going to go in the middle because I'm going to put some ribbon right there and do a little embellishment. So stick that right there. Then I'm going to pull in some of the gingham, the Bumblebee gingham, and I'm just going to do a simple little knot again. nothing fancy. Trim that, and then I'll get a glue dot and stick that on the card front. When I'm done, I'm going to show you a couple different things. All right, there's my glue dot. Okay. Put that on there, and then I'm going to throw a few of my metallic, gold metallic pearls on there. So we'll do a couple of those. Let's see where we're going to put them. Stick one up there. Maybe one right there. And one over in this corner. And there it is. Easy peasy. Okay, so last week, of course, we did the other card, but it's not the same. Same basic elements. I changed up the greeting set and used less of the stamp set, but focused more on the designer paper. Same color scheme. So one of the same embellishments. I did blending on this one last week with the Stampin' Blends. This I use a little sponge technique. So different cards, but using a lot of the same elements. And then the one I made, and this card actually is one I made at my stamp club this past week, but I made it on a vertical. So, and used another piece of the designer series paper. So again, it's not that much different. I don't know if you can see both of those in the same, there we go, that's probably better. You know, this is vertical, but it's all the same. And I did the edging there with the Bumblebee versus the Cinnamon Cider. And then two different pieces of the designer series paper, but otherwise all the same elements. So, you know, even though it's the same basic supplies, you really can change it up pretty easily, which is what crafting is all about, right? No two are alike. Who would say that? No two are alike, Jamie. I know that's your mantra, your crafting mantra especially. So I don't normally do that. I like to make lots of the same one, but there's some of us that don't want to make any two the same. So this one's quite different, but then these two really, you know, again, simple, simple. Okay, well that about wraps it for the night, pretty much within 30 minutes. And I hope you've enjoyed tonight's virtual craft together, and I hope you plan to come back next week. And we'll be doing, I don't know what we'll be doing. I should have my paper pumpkin by then. Maybe it'll be paper pumpkin week. And that's going to be the treat bags that they are doing for the kit for September. They already have started sign-ups for the October kit. And you can do a prepaid subscription for those as well. You don't have to do the monthly subscription. You can prepay for them as well. Thank you for all the hearts and love. So, you know, I'm not sure if that's something you're interested in, but the next kit will be a Christmas themed kit, Joy to the World. So there's some sneak peeks and sneak clues about it, but it is going to be a Christmas themed kit for the October one. So I'm excited about that one. Those are always great ones to do and have. Alrighty, well I'm going to sign off for the night. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Hopefully if you're in the line of all these rainstorms and flooding that we're going to be getting, that you stay safe. And oh, Amy, you got your paper pumpkin already? That is amazing. I'm hoping mine comes tomorrow. I did not check. Did I check the mail today? I get confused on what day it is. I think I did check it today, and I don't think I got it, but I'm not always the first one to get mine. Sometimes I'm last. So, but that's cool that you already got yours. Sherry's crafting along with you. Just need to add the bling. And you could really add whatever you want, you know, or you could just leave it without the bling. That's just a little something extra. Okay, well, thanks everybody. And again, have a great rest of the week. Hope you have a great weekend. And if you're planning to tune in for the virtual BOGO on Saturday, we'll be starting at 7 p.m. my time, which is Eastern time. And I'll be putting up reminders most of the day on Saturday and some tomorrow too. So hopefully you'll be able to attend and get some good retire products for yourself. So, all right, everybody, have a great night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.